From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Stephen Nehrenz.
A few areas already seeing a couple heavy to severe storms roll through for the lunchtime hour. We had those just before lunchtime in Tulsa. Now those have zipped up to the north and east, and they have been relatively kind of noisy. A lot of thunder and lightning with these cells and some hail potential as well. Step out of the way so you can see. Again, this is just kind of the beginning stage here. The main kind of severe weather show is going to build out of North Texas and head into southeastern Oklahoma this afternoon. This activity is happening in a much cooler somewhat stable air mass. So this is not a organized severe weather threat, but we've had a few areas of hail with some of these storms already. The storm that just zipped through Miami, now headed up towards Quapaw on the state line, has had some pretty big hail potential with it. And now this is a hail algorithm radar kind of indicated, but that's suggesting an inch to an inch and a half, so quarter to maybe $half larger size hail with that cell as it heads up into Quapaw right now. Again, that's about to cross the state line. That's what triggered that severe thunderstorm warning. Trailing back to the west and southwest, Veneta, heavy storm moving in. Talala as well. There's quite a lot of thunder and lightning here, and already a lightning strike that may have caused some issues in the Collinsville area, and now near just north of Talala as that storm rolls on through. Bob Roloff is on that cell, and Bob, you said there was a little bit of hail with that just a couple minutes ago, right?
Yeah, Stephen, had a little bit of hail, probably pea-sized to dime-sized, couple of pieces. There was quite a bit of lightning off and on. I've already heard one lightning strike on a house in the Limestone Fire District. And right down in very heavy rain. I'm on East 300 Road between Talala and Chelsea. Back to you.
All right, Bob, appreciate it. And you can see the heavy rainfall rates. He's using the windshield wiper a lot, and a lot of cloud to ground lightning. Even with these storms that are in the pretty cool, chilly air mass, there's some elevated instability that's going to lead to that, the lightning threat. So heading up to Newada and from Veneta and then up into portions of Craig and Ottawa counties, be aware of that potential. Now, again, upper 40s, low 50s to the north, upper 60s, low 70s to the south. This is where fairly obviously the instability has been building, and there are some sun breaks as well, which I don't exactly like to see on a day like this. The activity that's going to start triggering more severe weather this afternoon is down into northwest Texas. This blue box that just popped on, that's a severe thunderstorm watch in south central Oklahoma around Ardmore to Pauls Valley back towards Wichita Falls. That activity will start spreading in with time later today. So the severe weather outlook for this afternoon, this evening, this really hasn't changed over the past couple of days as we've been leading up to this event. We've already had these storms near along I-44 that could be a hail threat, and we'll still have that potential Tulsa to I-44 this afternoon. But the yellow-orange shadings here from generally I-40 to the south, maybe lifting up to around 10 kilo or Sallisaw as well. That's where the severe weather threat's a little more pronounced this afternoon for a wind and hail and, yes, tornado threat as well, especially with any more of those discrete supercell type storms. With time this evening into tonight, the severe weather threat goes down, but the flooding threat goes up. So let's walk you through this on Future View. Again, some isolated storms possible across northeastern Oklahoma that could produce some hail. But then as we watch march towards about 2, 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon, storms moving into southeastern Oklahoma, especially the ones that are more kind of discrete out on their own that could have some of those supercell characteristics. Those are the ones that are really going to bear close watching. So areas along South I-40, you need to stay weather aware this afternoon through this evening. With time, rain and storms become a lot more widespread late in the day. Once again, temperatures much chillier to the north, much warmer to the south. If you're north and west of Tulsa and I-44, you may not see a whole lot of rain other than just off and on activity until late in the day. Eventually, this evening into tonight, rain and storms become more widespread as the severe threat shifts off into Arkansas. But there will be some locally very heavy rains, especially in far eastern Oklahoma overnight. The back edge of the system wraps around tomorrow morning. Mostly rain. There could be some snowflakes, at least briefly mixing in, but temperatures will be above freezing. There won't be any impacts from that. Really, honestly, the biggest impact in the morning will be the wind. As this back edge comes through, we're talking northwest winds that could gust 40 to 45 miles per hour tomorrow morning. Then by mid-morning, the rain moves out. With any luck, we'll get some sunshine back in here Friday afternoon, highs in the 50s with winds diminishing. But again, as far as the rainfall total, this is that flooding potential. Could be 2 to 3 inches of rain, if not locally heavier, in this orange shading here in our eastern counties. Maybe closer to an inch in the Tulsa metro. Some could see higher than that. And unfortunately, where we need the rain the most, northwest of Tulsa, in the worst drought conditions, that's where we're expecting the lighter rainfall amounts. So kind of a up and down active 24 hours here. But then as we head into the weekend, things improve. Saturday looks great. Sunday and Monday, we are back into the springtime warmth again.